What does it mean to be all in? It means you're confident you're doing the right thing. You commit to it. For Dominion Energy, we're all in on helping the environment. We're all in on clean energy, all in on solar, all in on building the nation's largest offshore wind farm. We're even capturing the methane from local farms to create renewable natural gas. We're not doing it because it's the easy thing to do, but because it's the right thing to do. For your family and friends, your neighbors and your community, for the future, for our planet. Dominion Energy. Actions speak louder.
From among these boys, one grew into a warrior, so fierce that entire armies would retreat in terror at the mention of his name. Vlad the Impaler, son of the dragon.
Idly hodily, neighborinos. Welcome to this week's episode of the Monster Madness Podcast Areno. I'm your host, one of them, Matt Stein. With me, as always, one of you two talk.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm Erica.
I'm Dan. Nice to meet you.
I was waiting for it. I was like, and you are, young man?
I forget.
Oh, gosh.
So,
We're
yeah.
going on a Simpsons theme. You are so Ralph, like glued to his shoulder.
Yeah. This microphone
I'm
is
a
like
unicorn.
burning. Yeah,
Throw me down the hill.
Don't eat the microphone, Dan.
I just start chewing on it.
It's no worse than when I rub my mustache on mine. It's fine.
But it's magical because I really can't hear it.
Oh, I can totally hear it.
Well, yeah, you can because it's your mustache.
No, in my headphones, I can hear it.
Oh, I can't hear it.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Well, it's because he knows when he's doing it.
What you call it, a nose neighbor?
Yeah, my nose neighbor.
I love that. Oh, now I can hear it, but
Oh, that was my nose neighbor. My push
so
broom.
how's it going, Matt?
Good. How are you guys?
Doing well.
Pretty good now that we've figured out our audio situation.
Hey, we're still an infantile podcast.
Yeah, but it's sans one, have been podcasting for years.
That's a very good point, but yours was always you by yourself. I've been recording people over the internet the entire duration.
Yeah, so you should know what you're doing, and clearly
Just
you don't.
blame it on me. It's my
Dang
fault.
it!
Dang it.
You have a Mac. That's not on me. It's
don't
just
have a
supposed to
comeback.
work.
True.
I have an
And-
iPhone, so I really can't say too much because you can.
Yeah, and an Apple Watch.
I do. And if I did more music stuff, I would probably have a Mac.
It is very nice,
Yeah.
but they're so expensive.
Mm-hmm.
It would really be nice if Apple could sponsor us.
As we have 3
Ooh.
Macs on the desk here.
Yeah, we do. Right in front of us, we have the Mac that we're on. I have an iMac that my father-in-law gave me from an old school that he got for $50 that's in perfect working condition.
Oh,
and then
geez.
I have my old laptop that I run my Plex through.
Oh. That's not that bad.
Yep.
They all have reasons to exist.
Yeah.
Turned on the iMac since he gave it to me. For some reason, I just haven't used it.
What are you going to do with it? Number munchers?
Put the Plex on it.
I was going to use it for the Plex, but then I was like such a pain in the ass to actually move everything because Plex is weird when it comes to transferring systems. Like everything that I basically did, like with all the collections that I have,
Oh.
it seems like it would erase everything. And I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Well,
again.
okay, so those collections are probably a locally stored config file, so if you found that and copied it to the new computer...
Oh, you're saying a lot.
Well, I mean, there's ways to do it. It makes sense, though, as to why you would, when you move to a different computer. This isn't like Plex troubleshooting, so I don't really think we should continue this conversation.
I know, and I would rather fly you out here to do it for me than do it myself.
I'll just fix it when you move here. Let's talk about
Okay.
Dracula Untold.
That works.
For centuries, these mouldering walls have been my gallows. And I'm bound to this cave, condemned by one who turned me. Oh, and I have waited an eternity for a man of your strength, your gifts, your will, a man worthy of the dark and all its powers.
That was easy.
I know, because you're so pumped.
I am not. Not at all. This movie, although I'm not going to say everything sucked about it, it sucked.
What was good about it?
I like the fact that, and these are very small, minute things that I'm going to say are good about this movie. So please understand that we're already working from the grave. The fact that Vlad the Impaler is ultimately who becomes the main vampire.
Yeah.
I kind of thought that was a neat twist on it, because normally it's like some rich guy or a door-to-door shoe salesman.
Yeah.
And my Dracula knowledge is limited at best. But the fact that if he just didn't drink blood for 3 days, he would then turn back. Like, I thought that was kind of a cool thing that may be different, may not.
Yeah, he had the choice.
Yeah. Normally it's like you got bitten and you were done. But
yeah,
the fact that when he's like, well, if you just don't taste blood for 3 days, you'll go back to being a person. I'm like, that's kind of neat. And then when he made a comment about how he would die, I'm just going straight to the middle of the movie before I go back to the beginning because I'm in midpoint. But he says something about how, like, I would rather die than drink or kill my family or something to that effect.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, this is exactly what's going to fucking happen, is at the end of the third day, he's going to have to kill his wife. That's exactly what happened.
It's pretty
it's pretty
obvious.
predictable. But
Yeah.
I mean, I like the beginning of it. Up until they kind of went in after the cave.
Yeah.
It had a really good start.
It had potential, to say the least.
Yeah.
I'm
A
just
lot of the flapping and stuff really got, and then like one day he can do it at light speed. And then like the third day, it's just like at normal speed.
Normal
we'll get
bat
to that.
speed.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, I was just saying, let me start. I really wanted to do my normal read the Wikipedia plot, but this plot is 8 paragraphs long. So
I can't read.
Yes, Erica and Dan recently learned that I don't know how to read. As I was texting both of them.
We're trying to teach them.
Text to talk, sir.
Yeah.
You're just like, hey, sir, read that text message.
Oh, but damn, never thought of that.
Yeah.
I can read. I can, kind of.
My car actually read a very rude text message you sent to me.
Isn't that fun?
Which voice was it in?
No, it was just like, Matt Stein has sent you a text message. And then I forget what it was, but I was like, wow, he's so rude. And my car just smacked me with that because I had CarPlay on.
Was it yesterday? Because I had a good one yesterday. You actually didn't even respond.
Yeah, whatever it was, I believe it was that.
Oh, it was earlier today.
What was it?
You have a very shivable face.
Yeah, that might have been it.
And then you said thank you, and I'm like, that wasn't a compliment, but okay. It's 'cause
it could be.
I mean, I look at you and I want to get a little stabby.
Then I've done my job.
Yeah. Stabbing.
That's a week.
Yeah, it was my left arm. The arm that suffered trauma today.
Start reading those 8 paragraphs.
I'm not really going to read the first one because it's stupid, but as mentioned, well, it's a bunch of like backstory on Vlad the Impaler. But
yeah, we can save that for the featurette that I'll do, so you guys can actually learn about who Vlad is.
Oh, okay.
He's the Impaler.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you guys that.
No, that's fine. So now ruling his dominion in peace, Vlad and his soldiers discover a helmet. Stupid reason here. I think this is stupid. But then they're worried that the Ottoman scouting party is preparing the way for invasion. And it's like, oh, we found this helmet. It's got to be the Ottomans.
Well, if you noticed...
An army of footstools.
I'm already going to get technical.
That's fine.
They are protecting their area, and the Turks are constantly invading and taking over, and those helmets are only worn by the Turks, and they can notice that it had like a claw mark in it.
So it was like an animal?
They were near here, and it came upstream, so they're scouting the area for some reason.
Oh,
we need to
came downstream.
Yeah. Oh, did I say upstream?
Yeah.
My bad. You know what I mean. But you gotta be prepared. If you are the prince of a little
Can you just wake me up when you're done?
Harsh.
I
Yeah.
hope your dog comes in and bites your ankle.
I just don't get how he didn't have an army, like, at all. If he was Vlad
a peaceful
the Impaler.
farmer.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he's Vlad the Impaler. You think he'd like have a following?
I know. I was being a joke. He impales people. He's like, it looks really good? A head on a spike.
Everyone's house needs a couple heads on spikes.
I mean, that was a true fact. Like, not to get into like Vlad too much, but like Vlad the Impaler, that was really his name because that was like his favorite thing. He liked to impale people on spikes and like watch them slowly die. I'm like, that is fucked. But kind of hardcore.
That's probably like medieval torture for you.
You think? That's
Yep.
kind of torturous to me.
All right, so the stream in question leads to Broken Tooth Mountain. See what I did there?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
The top is covered in crushed bone.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, I really like what he had done with the place. When they're in the cave, they're attacked by an inhumanly strong, fast humanoid creature. That was a terrible sentence. And he kills all of Vlad's men's. So
I thought he kind of looked like Nosferatu, like a little bit.
I thought he looked. There's no PG way to say this.
This isn't a PG podcast.
He looked like a stretched nutsack with a butthole for a mouth.
Okay. It's a little different.
I hope your kids are asleep, people.
You were warned. There was a big windup before I made that comment.
Can you say that again, but slower?
It looked like a big nutsack with a butthole for a mouth.
All right. Okay. I just want to make sure I heard it
Where's the
correctly.
eyes?
I don't know.
Because now, I'm going to jump a little further. I'm never going to watch this movie again, but if I did,
If I did,
what
that's
you're
all
gonna
you'd
see.
see.
that's all I'm going to see.
Big old poopy ball.
Ew.
I mean, that's what it is. But anyways, so he goes back to his castle, and then a monk he gets him learnt that it's a vampire. I really expected you to say something to that, but
I don't have anything. I'm just really enjoying this.
Oh, from the town's guy?
I'm trying to jump through this and not, because whoever wrote this is very long, drawn out.
They took it seriously, unlike some.
Well, didn't he have a bunch of books on the vampire too? And I'm wondering, like, how'd this town's guy get all these books when, like, books were for, like, royal people back then?
Okay, first of all, Vlad is a prince, so
Mhm.
royal.
Mhm.
Second,
Is that a servant?
I don't
No,
know.
he was just a monk.
Yeah, it was just a
Oh,
monk.
okay.
You know, like the monk that we have in our third bedroom. Everybody has a monk.
Hmm.
God, why? Why are
Yeah.
my jokes ever landing?
I thought it was a reference that I just didn't get.
No,
I didn't
ew.
even get it.
It was just a... Fuck it. I'm cutting that out.
Oh boy.
I'm cutting my failed joke out. Nah, fuck it. I'm leaving it in. Anyway, so he's a prince, so royalty. And second, vampires have been lore before time.
Oh, yeah.
There's always been the theory that there are blood-sucking creatures out there, and they have many different names, and vampire is one of them, with a Y.
Mm-hmm. So after he gets back, he learns from the monk who a vampire is. Then they're having an Easter feast, which I thought it was odd that they made it specific to Easter. But an Ottoman contingent arrives at the castle. Vlad offers them the usual tribute of silver coins, but he wants an additional 1,000 boys.
Which there wasn't even 100 boys in that room. There wasn't
No.
even like 15, I don't think.
It's
in
also
the age bracket that he wanted.
It's a weird currency.
What are you talking about?
That's-
The currency of boys? Like, I can't go to McDonald's and be like, I'll have one Big Mac for 15 boys, please.
Yeah. Well, maybe we didn't get to see the full size of the town.
That's true.
His kingdom,
I'm sorry.
as we say.
That one got me good, too, and it was my own joke.
It was good. I don't like to give you kudos, so that was good.
Anyways, so Vlad offers himself in place of the boys, but the guy refuses and demands of Vlad's son an addition. Blah, blah, blah. Heartfelt.
Yep. It's
Fart.
like, I won't give you away.
Yeah, because Vlad himself was given away as a young boy.
Yeah, with those wicked scars on his back from all the whippings.
So knowing that war is coming, Vlad returns to the Broken Tooth Mountain to seek the help of the the butthole-mouthed nutball. Tells him that the consequences and offers him some of his blood, and this is what we were talking about earlier, where he basically says, if you don't drink blood for 3 days, you can go back to being a human. Otherwise, you will remain a vampire forever.
I feel like this was a little rushed.
Getting
I
to
feel
this point, or my description getting to this point? Because
No,
I can
even
go
in the-
quicker.
Everyone dies at the end.
Yeah, right.
No, I felt like leading up to the fact that this movie had a lot of potential to be really cool and really a cool reboot of the Dracula story, I felt like they rushed into him becoming and the reasoning behind why he needed to become this otherworldly creature like really quickly. Now, I understand that this vampire who lives in a cave is stuck in that cave. I don't think your Wikipedia even touched on that, or I wasn't listening. but he can't leave that cave unless he gives his essence to someone else, basically.
Yeah, that was the original curse.
Yeah, that was the original curse that had yet to be broken for
But
X amount of years.
I think the reason to that is just because, one, he didn't have a large enough army. He may have not had the 1,000 boys, so he's at a loss.
Are you talking about Vlad right now?
Yeah, for Vlad.
Okay, I'm not. I'm talking about the guy in the cave. I'm not even at Vlad yet.
Hey guys,
kind of just jumping back and forth about Vlad.
Wikipedia does say that he was trapped in the cave, but I skipped it.
Well, it's a big important plot point.
Eh.
It's okay. The reason I'm touching on that is because it's like his whole cave is like riddled with bones, as you said, and lovely decorating. Why wouldn't you just, if you wanted to get out of that cave so bad, why wouldn't you just be like, all right, you're getting bitten and you're doing this shit. Go drink some blood. I thought that was kind of weird. I wouldn't even have told them the whole story. Like, don't be an honorable creature of the night. Just bite them and be like, yeah, you're going to get thirsty. This is what you got to do.
Well, I thought at one point he said, like, you're worthy. Like, he had to be like,
fuck that. I am not living thousands of years. If I'm an immortal, I'm getting out of that damn cave and being an immortal.
Well, so he was tricked by a demon for personal success and was trapped in the cave. You gotta have to cut that out. Did not.
Why?
Because I did. In my head, it was different than when I read it. So he was trying to trick a demon, and that's why he got stuck in the cave.
I ain't cutting shit out because I didn't remember that either.
I did.
No, I was been reading the sentence for a very long time. And that's why I was like, so someone tricked him into being there. No, he tried tricking someone, and as a result, got stuck in the cave.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Oh, that part I didn't know.
Wikipedia win.
Okay, so for the listeners at home, this movie is so bad that didn't even come
You didn't even
across.
catch that. That's a really good point, huh?
Yeah, I didn't catch that, and I was actually paying attention when we watched it.
So was I.
I was like, oh, this is going to probably be good. I know you weren't. You probably watched it at work.
I just
No, I was hungover on my couch.
He's stuck in the
that's right.
cave.
You took a nap. That barely counts.
I did stop halfway through to take a nap. So, okay.
Move
This
on.
is how it reads. It says, Vlad learns from a local monk that the creature is a vampire, a Roman from the days of the Empire who was tricked by a demon for personal success, but was trapped in the cave as the price for this.
Oh, yeah, I missed that part, and I remember them having a conversation, but I do not remember what was said.
Well, it's hard to take him seriously when his mouth was like a butthole.
And they also, that scene was pretty fast.
Yeah, and you know that
5 minutes or less.
obviously he has the vampire aversion to daylight because he doesn't come out, and the silver he doesn't like because he didn't like I don't know if it was the silver of the sword or if that was steel or it was the reflection of the light, but he didn't like it.
I
But
think
either
it was
way,
the sword.
moving on, Vlad needs to become a vampire to save his people.
So, yeah. And then that's like the next 45 minutes. Then his wife learns of the curse as he is holding the silver ring. It's around his neck, and she wakes up and sees it burning him.
Yeah.
And then his increased strength also arouses suspicion.
Yeah, can we talk about his strength for a second? Because Homeboy took out a whole army on his own.
That's right before she finds out.
Yep.
And then like all the guys run out in the field like, what happened?
Yes, so the Turks come to collect because he went to go give his son to the Sultan.
The 1,000?
No,
the 100 men.
This was before he even became a vampire. He goes to give his son to the Sultan's men in exchange for, I don't know if it was time or something along those lines. And he's like, you know what? Fuck this. You're not taking my kid. He fucks up the Sultan's men and prepares for a whole army of dudes to come to his castle. But in that interim, he goes, gets a little nibbled with the butthole guy, and then he wakes up it's like dusk, and
he's in the forest down by the stream.
He's in a van down by the river.
Mm-hmm.
And he wakes up, and his finger's burning because of the ring, and then he rushes back to... Does he turn into a bat yet?
Yeah, he jumps.
At that part, he's like, he
Yeah,
hasn't
so
learned his power yet.
Yeah.
when you,
That's
in
weird.
case you didn't know, listeners, when you become a child of the night, if you run real fast, your whole body turns into a
shit ton of
A
bats.
shitload of bats, yeah.
I was about to say a murder of bats, but that's crows.
Yep.
You just turn into a whole flock of bats, and you can just kind of control them wherever they go, which
Yep. And you
It
go
was-
like this.
Yeah, he kind of like sputters and like becomes a person again, and then he's like, "Oh fuck, I'm a
And-
bat again."
And you can see in like what would you say, like thermal. You can kind of like see
That I
like black
thought
and
was
white
cool.
thermal.
That like I was up until this point when he first became the vampire, I was like, okay, this is all right so far. I can fuck with it. This is cool. I like the whole thermal, how a vampire could see and all that other stuff, and the blood running through the living's veins and all that. I was like, this is pretty cool. This is a cool take on it. I'll even give him the bat thing, whatever. I'll let that one slide because the Batman,
Children of the night.
Dracula can turn into a bat. But then when he's literally takes out a whole army by himself and he looks at his men and he's like, do not tell anybody what happened here tonight. I'm like, I'm going to tell everybody that you
Yeah.
just killed.
Well, they didn't
hundreds of
even know
people.
because of the fog. Remember, it was really foggy.
Yeah, I didn't catch that part either, clearly. I don't know where I was in this movie.
Shoes on the other foot.
I just like how he ran out there. They're like still putting their shoes on. They
I don't
make it
appreciate your
out.
tone, Matt.
Everybody's dead.
Well, that's the next part of the movie with the big battle where turns in all the bats and handles
Well-
everybody that way.
Yeah. Oh, what about the woods? The woods. They have that fight in the woods.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's a couple battles. I mean, we really don't even have to get into like as detailed as we normally do because we all hated this movie. But like, yeah, there's a couple battles where. Why are you looking at me like that?
Fucking not you. I was trying really hard to wait until you were done with your thought. So the door is like right here, and Dan's dying.
It's okay.
But Alyssa opened it like just a little bit and was just staring at me. And then I was staring back at her. She just flung the door open and closed it on me. I was like, okay. But now she's just fucking with me. Just keeps opening the door and staring at me.
Hi, Alyssa.
Erica
Hi.
says hi, as does Dan. Why are you just staring at me? She still hasn't told me what she wants. You snorted too many turds? Why are you snorting carrots? Oh, ferrets. This is my life.
She choking on a ferret?
No, she was transporting ferrets and they smell god awful. And now she's crying because she snorted too many ferrets.
Oh yeah, they do stink.
They smell
I lo-
horrendously.
I think I always wanted a ferret because I think they're really cool, but they stink.
Mm-hmm. They're cute. They just smell really bad.
Yeah, I don't get why they stink.
All that to tell me she's getting in the shower.
Us women need to tell you what we're doing in long-winded forms.
It was mostly giggling. It was just a lot of giggling. It was very strange.
Hello.
I don't even remember where we were at before.
We were talking about
Why are you
the
yelling?
woods.
You can't go from what you normally do, and then you're like,
Yeah.
"Hey, everybody!"
Your Harry Carey impression.
What
Sorry,
did I do?
Erica sounded like Harry Carey when she did her impersonation of you. Daniel Gwynn here.
Oh boy.
Oh, God,
Okay.
I'm trying not to snort.
So, so the battle with when he turns in all the bats, and we were kind of talking about it a little bit before,
Okay.
and then
So yeah, there's a lot of battles off and on. There's battles at night where the son and the mom are constantly almost murdered, and then someone comes and saves the day. I'm pretty sure a certain part in the movie, the same guy was killed twice. I wanted to go back and actually check that, but I forgot to. And I also
Talking about the Turk general.
the one guy that had like double knives.
Oh, he fell. So he turned into the bat right in front of him, scared him. He fell off the ledge, but he didn't die.
Oh, I thought he died because then
No,
I saw
they-
him again
They
later in the
panned
movie.
out to him climbing with his knives and everything, kind of like up the mountain.
I guess at some point I stopped paying attention, but whatever. I mean, like I said, we don't have to go into like crazy detail because none of us really like the movie, but there was a lot of battles, and then
Yep.
there was one battle where he literally just bat attacked everybody,
Yep.
and then
I like how you've now just gone to explaining this movie.
because there's no point in reading the long-winded dissertation of Wikipedia because it wasn't even good enough to warrant that.
And then at this point, they make it to the castle.
This is a team effort.
I'm
Matt.
glad you see things my way. You can't forget about the fact where there was the battle and he had to bite his wife.
Yeah,
Well, that's what we're getting to
I mean, yeah.
when they make it to the castle for that battle.
Yeah, because then he turns into Dracula. Which I want to talk about this for a second because okay, so his wife and his son are at the top of this ledge, which is like in his castle or whatever. What?
You're so upset about that.
No, because it's like if I was in a castle in whatever year it is, and all these Turks keep trying to kill me and try to kidnap my son and kill my husband, the place I'm not going to hide is a place that doesn't have any fucking exits that result in my demise falling 1,000 feet in the air. Like, I wouldn't go out there just to check the view, let alone to hide. So I don't understand why she thought that that was the best place to lead her kid, because I don't even think she knows that hubby can turn into a swarm of bats.
No.
So
Maybe she was going up there for protection.
What from what? What is going to protect her? The fucking
The
air?
husband.
Maybe.
But he's not there.
But maybe she did know that he would be able to fly around, because earlier she sees the ring, sizzle, sizzle. Maybe she's done a lot of reading in that with that monk about vampires.
Oh yeah, because even before this, all the people that he saved try to set him on fire.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes up in smoke.
I turned to him and I was like, this is like a turning point for me where this movie's getting kind of obnoxious, because like they immediately turn on him. Like he just saved their lives and did an unspeakable act to help them. Like, I don't know many people that care enough about their like kingdom to the point where they're like, I'm going to let some random butthole face dude bite me on the neck, and then I'm going to be a supernatural being for a couple days just to save your ass. Like, I don't know many people that would do that.
Well,
the first thing I'm going to do is not set him on fire.
He more wanted to save his family.
I get
Not the
that, but
townspeople.
to
They
save
just-
his family, he has to become a vampire.
Yep. I didn't get like how he burned up and then like the smoke just kind of got rid of daylight, because right before that scene, like he's dodging the daylight and the shadows.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And
That annoyed me too, because I've seen a lot of vampire movies, and I get it. You can take the lore and kind of fiddle with it however you want. But my dude was in straight daylight, like he was only in like a very light shadow. Any other vampire would be like, "Oh, it's fucking toasty in here and burning," and I was like, "You're outside. You should be sleeping because you are nocturnal now." But whatever. But so they try to burn him. Then they try to attack his castle again. Dumb wife takes her kid up to the highest balcony that she can find for protection. Vlad is being bat boy down in the field and just like fluttering people's eyeballs and somehow killing them.
We are all in on clean energy, on solar, wind, and natural gas from renewable resources like methane capture at local farms. Because we're all in for our planet, a cleaner future, your family, and we're all in for generations to come. Dominion Energy. Actions speak louder.
I don't understand how a little bat kills someone.
Cause him to have an epileptic seizure.
Sure.
They're biting. Everybody's
Yeah,
getting
I'm
bit.
assuming they're biting, but are you really going to die from? It's like getting. Well, I'm assuming it hurts,
Or is
obviously.
it the weight? The weight of the bats? You get that many bats.
Okay, how
it's
many
gonna
bats
crush
can
you.
a person turn into? I can maybe
Well,
like
he pulled
three
like
bats
thousands.
per person.
He controlled like the natural
The bats of the world.
He's controlling the bats that are like in the forest, in the mountain.
I don't know about all that, but
Yeah, because he looked up, he saw like other bats, and he's like, "Ooh, I got a great idea." And he's like, with his hands down,
It just
he's like,
flutters.
with the fist. He's got the fist stuff going on.
oh fuck, he's
yeah,
right.
forgot about the fist.
That's what he was doing.
Some Tai Chi or
Shit,
something.
I missed that part too.
And
Okay,
he
so
punches the ground.
he does that, and then his wife falls from the tower. Her son gets taken, and it's a race against the clock for Batman.
And she's like, "Bite me," and he's like, "No."
Well, no, because
he's like, "Bite me."
he catches her like it's very Gwen Stacy like. He catches her like right as she hits the ground, so like half of her has hit the ground, but
And
enough that it's probably caused
that's
like
what didn't get
severe
me.
internal bleeding.
2 days ago, dude was flying at Mach 5,
Yeah.
and then today he's in slow motion.
It's
What the
a
hell's
soft
going
jaunt.
Of course. So she gives him the okay to become Dracula, I guess, this is the part that annoyed me the most in the movie, because Vlad at this point had hung up his warrior,
The dragon
because
suit.
this is actual lore. Vlad the Impaler, his symbol was like a dragon, I believe. So like that's kind of going in hand with actual history. But he puts on this garb, his like fucking armor. That's the word I'm looking for. Armor. I literally couldn't get it because I lost brain cells watching this movie. And I don't remember the specific scene, but I just remember him going up to someone and being like, I am Dracula.
Which
I'm looking around. I'm like, not once did you talk about your family name at all. Nobody knows that it's, because I'm pretty sure it's something along the lines of like Draculette. And then they kind of flipped it. It's like the House of Dracula, Castle Dracula. So yeah, you can, if you know how like that time works in that area, how Transylvania works with like, you know, like if it was my castle, it'd be Castle Gwyn. So yeah, it's our last name of sorts. Not many people are going to pick up on that. And all of a sudden he's like, fuck Vlad, I'm just Dracula. Like, why? Where does that come from? That sounds so stupid.
It's just a pun.
It's not a pun. It's just dumb.
Well,
this movie made me
they're
really
making a
angry
statement.
because I had such high hopes for it.
You're going to need to start lowering your standards.
I hang out with you, don't I?
Oh, I mean, there's that. But if you're going to start watching a lot of these horror movies, you're going to need to bring it down a bit.
Yeah, but I was hoping that some of them would be good. I mean, so far they've been pretty good.
Yeah.
I forget how it ends. Oh, no, I don't. Someone else say it, though.
So it ends by they get to the fight. Now
this isn't your episode anymore.
No, it's not. It's fine.
They're eventually having the sword fight within the tent.
Oh, yeah, because he finds his son in the whole tent of silver.
Because he got kidnapped.
Yeah, his BFF from when they were kids kidnapped his son.
Brother
from the mother.
That's good.
Why are you snarling?
I was laughing.
Ow. I was like, that was funny. Yeah, so they battle amongst the silver, and like even being around that much silver is bothering him. Like not even touching it obviously burns him, but like literally being in the air of that silver is like making him all woozy and shit.
I think it's because it's reflecting the light.
Yeah, it's fucking with him.
So he's got like minor sunburn.
Yeah, he's super weak, and the kid was his son was so annoying. If you actually watch Game of Thrones, Matt, you would know that this is one of the kids from Game of Thrones.
No, thank you.
Don't spoil who that kid is or what happens, because I really want Matt to watch Game of Thrones.
No, thank you.
Why?
Didn't get the chance.
I have other things to do with my life, like hang out with you.
I want to do a season on Game of Thrones because there's monsters in it.
Barely.
Shut up. So yeah, eventually he wins as you expect. But we forgot to say that he turned a bunch of fucking people into vampires.
He started a franchise.
Yeah, he did. It was a lot easier this time around. It didn't take as long as it took for him to get the vampire germ.
Yeah.
After he killed, the other king, they turned on him.
Yeah, because the only human that was left was his son, and at this point, Dracula had the power to control the weather, so he blocked out the sun so they could battle. And now that it's just literally vampires left and Vlad's son, they're just like, we want to eat him, so give him up.
The monk pops out of nowhere with a little tiny cross. It's like,
he's like, come with me, boy. Come with me.
Back up. Like this little tiny cross.
It was working.
Somehow saved him.
Yeah, then he took the kid away. He's like, Father, I love you, blah, blah, blah. Some emotional bullshit that's unnecessary and poorly acted. And then Vlad's like, fuck all y'all vampires. And he opens up the fog clouds with his supernatural abilities that no other vampire in the world has, and they all burn.
Everybody dies except Dracula, because his
weirdo guy saved him.
Yeah, that's like master. And he comes back and pours some of his blood in his mouth.
Earlier in the film we didn't touch on him because there was no point. There was like this creepy dude that wanted him to bite him and be like, yeah, you gotta become a vampire. I know all about vampires. Let me be your buddy, the master. And he's just like slicing himself and like putting his blood in a cup and shit. And Vlad was like, no, man, I only have to deal with this shit for 3 days, but we know how that turned out.
Yep.
Poorly.
And then fast forward 1,000 years.
Oh my God. So stupid.
Fast forward 1,000 years. It's 2000 something. He's outside in the daylight.
It's not daylight. It's overcast.
Of course. It is.
Come on, man. And he meets Mina.
And then who else witnesses it? The other
butthole vampire.
Butthole vampire, yeah.
He cleans up pretty nice.
Which I didn't get with that whole ending, let the games begin type thing.
I think this is meant to be the first of a number of movies.
And guess what? There is no more.
No, I did nothing I could find. I accidentally started Googling if Dracula Untold 2 was happening.
Thankfully, I don't think it is.
No,
well, here's the thing. This isn't because I do research on these for trivia, and this one isn't a part of trivia actually, so I can tell you guys this fact.
Fact: Bears beat Battlestar Galactica.
This movie was actually supposed to be the first Dark Universe movie that they did that whole reboot with things where they had the Mummy and the Wolfman.
Oh.
But for whatever reason, I don't know why, they decided against that. So they kind of did their own thing. So I think they planned for it to have like multiple sequels, but it was such hot garbage that.
I mean, it didn't do terrible in the box office.
I don't know. To be honest, I just know that they spent like $70 million to make it.
Yeah, and the box office was 217.
Everybody loves a good Dracula movie, and everybody loves Luke Evans.
Right. Just because people paid to see it didn't mean people liked it.
Exactly. People paid to see Luke Evans. I can guarantee you that.
Well, you never know. At the time, this could have been better than other movies.
I mean, it was 2014. I don't really recall what was like hopping in 2014. But you hear that clickety-clack?
Yeah.
Our little researcher's doing his job.
Well, Guardians of the Galaxy came out. X-Men Days of Future Past.
So much better.
Lego Movie. Captain America. Interstellar. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Birdman. Gone Girl. Godzilla. Nightcrawler. Amazing Spider-Man 2. 22 Jump Street. Maleficent. Big Hero 6. A Transformers movie. How to Train Your Dragon 2. A lot of other stuff came out.
I don't know how this movie made $1 then.
Yeah. Because the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie came out too.
I would have rather watched that.
Yeah, me too.
It's just, I don't know. I think I'm really biased because I've watched so many really well done vampire movies. Even Dracula like centered movies. Like there's a movie called, I don't know if you've ever seen it, called Dracula 2000.
Yeah, Coolio's in it.
Okay, I haven't seen it in a really long time, but I just have a better recollection that I like that movie better than I like this.
We haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah. Is that on our list?
It's going to be now.
Wait, no, never mind. Coolio's not in 2000.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I know Vitamin C is in Dracula 2000, and Gerard Butler is Dracula. I'm thinking of the right
He was in Dracula 3000.
Who?
Coolio.
Oh, there's a Dracula 3000? Fucking sign me up. Sign me up. I'm there. I'm downloading it now.
Oh, no. Count Dracula terrorizes the crew of a spaceship.
I'm fucking there.
Yeah.
It got a 2.1 out of 10.
Oh. Wait, what did this get? What did Dracula Untold get out of 10?
6.3.
Oh, fuck off. That is such bullshit.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. I think it had a lot of potential. I think they should have expanded on the story of Vlad more, but as the Impaler, not some bitch-ass little prince who only needed to... Like, they tried to make him out to be a good guy. If you're going to go down the path of telling Vlad the Impaler's story, be truthful. He was a fucking ruthless dude. Be truthful with it. That was my gripe. Like, if you're gonna do a movie like this, I also have an issue with the name of the movie, Dracula Untold. What's untold? You're telling me the story right now.
I think that the whole point is that it hinted at the fact that this is the untold story.
I understand, but I'm so angry at this movie.
I thought they did pretty good with, the costumes and everything in the set.
No, I think
that was
I gotta give credit where credit's due. Costume design, even the graphics weren't bad because I feel like they use a lot. What I've noticed, because for the rest of the season we have the more modern counterparts of the Universal Monster movies. Which Universal Monster movies, there's no CGI; it's all practical stuff. With the other movies that so far that I've seen, because I've watched a couple of them, and I'm not going to dive into those too much right now, but I'm just want to state that like some of them heavily rely on CGI, and I think that is such a horrible idea, and I'm going to repeat it probably for the rest of the season. If you use practical ways to get the images that you need, it looks so much better than this digitized, clearly fake thing. Like, the bats looked pretty real. Like, obviously those have to be CGI, but teeth and blood and all this other stuff and flying through the air, it didn't look that bad. Like, aesthetically it was pleasing. Writing, shit.
That's harsh. I thought it was decent. I mean, I could watch it again.
I would never.
It wouldn't be my favorite Dracula movie, but
I'm not going to get to the recommend yet. But
that's what I was going to ask you next.
No, we'll get to the recommending after Questions of the Damned. All right, everybody. If you are keeping track at home, which I hope you are, the current standings for Question of the Damned in the regular season on this season is 3-2, Dan.
I'm a late season bloomer, guys.
You've been coming back.
In the lead.
You have the chance
to
tonight
tie, yeah.
to tie.
Or my lead might grow.
We'll see. We'll
Only
see.
time will
Now, I don't remember who won last time.
I don't either.
I think
So, but either way, I always let Matt go first because he needs all the help he can get.
I think he actually won last time.
He might have.
It's
Believe so.
possible.
I don't lose often.
Shut up.
You lost twice.
Yeah.
All right.
Here we go.
So, Matthew,
Mm-hmm.
who was originally set to play Dracula before Luke Evans? Sam Worthington, Tom Hardy, or Christian Bale? It's not your answer, Daniel. I see you getting ready.
Steal.
Sam
No.
Worthington was in Avatar and one of the Terminator movies.
And so was Christian Bale.
Shit, yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy played Bane.
Right. That's what I'm trying to think of the years. I'm probably thinking too hard. I want to say Tom Hardy because he was probably hottest around 2014.
Is that your final answer,
Yes. Fuck.
Daniel?
I'm going to go with Christian Bale because he looks more vampire-y. No?
Okay, so it was the one guy that I didn't think it was going to be.
It was Sam Worthington. He was set to play Dracula.
I don't even know who Sam Worthington is off the top of my head.
He was in Avatar.
Yeah, that's why I don't know
I
who he
only
is.
watched it like once or
Yeah.
twice.
But speaking of Sam Worthington, he has to do with the next question. So are you ready, Daniel?
Great.
Uh-oh. Okay, I'm ready. What other movie was he in? Avatar?
Yes.
Damn it.
What was the title of this film when Sam Worthington was attached to play the lead?
Dracula Untold.
Shut your mouth. Vlad the Impaler, Dracula Year Zero, The Rise of Dracula.
I'm going to go with The Rise of Dracula because it sounds the nicest. Final answer. What?
You guys are fucking stinking up the room tonight.
Is it? Oh.
Matthew. Vlad the Impaler, Dracula Year Zero.
Dracula Year Zero. Fuck yes.
Shit. Is this best out of 5?
Yeah, it's always 5. We've done this
I gotta
how
get the
many
rest.
times already?
We've done it 5 times. This
Yes,
is number
we've done
6.
Good job. All right, Daniel. What was the body count in... No, actually, this is your question, Matt. Because
Great. Math one.
What was the body count in this movie? Less than 3,000, less than 1,000, more than 5,000.
Less than 3,000. Fuck.
It's more. What's the answer?
Less than 3,000, less than 1,000, more than 5,000.
More than 5,000.
No.
He
Yes.
says at the one time,
Yes.
we'll bring 100,000 men. That's what
No, I literally have the exact numbers. The body count is 5,687.
How?
Vlad himself kills 5,419 of them.
But the guy goes, I'm going to bring 100,000
I don't
men.
fucking know. I just
Yeah, I don't
literally get the facts.
That bastard didn't even live up to his own standards.
All right. Motherfucker, I did it again with a true and false question. I talked about it.
Well, let's see which one of us is paying attention.
Who is paying? Yep, that's what I was going to say.
Wait, it's
It's his.
Dan's
So,
questions.
Yeah.
Okay, it's true or false? This film was intended to be the start of the reboot of the Universal monster movies.
Oh, Erica, this is
I
really
need to
tough
reread
one.
these.
This is a really tough one. I'm really going to have to think back to this. I don't know. This is going to have to be true.
Steal. Oh, damn it, he answered.
Ding. I'm not counting that one.
Come on, what? You got to think.
You
of
both
another,
are 1-1.
You have to think of another.
You both
another
are
question. You better start thinking of another question.
Who's the best host of this show?
You could have been like, "What's his wife's name?" or something. Because I don't even think either one of us.
I do.
Damn it! I don't. I actually don't.
I could even spell it for you.
Because it's probably right in front of him.
No, I actually do not have the Wikipedia page up anymore, but I was staring at it for like an hour.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
You should think of another question other than that
I
one.
literally don't have anything else. You guys are tied anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. What's the next question?
All right, Matt.
No. You said I could.
He made it sound.
It's still my question, right? Because you got rid of that question.
Okay, yeah, I'll fine. That's fair, I guess. Because I don't know if you might not get it. So, all right. I really suck at this, guys. What does Dracula's son Ingress mean? Little angel, cursed one, or ruler of all?
Ruler of all.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Good.
Shit.
Good. So, little angel.
They went with the little angel.
Or
probably.
cursed one.
Why would it be cursed?
The story of Dracula. You never know.
Yeah.
Unless they changed it after he was born.
I'm gonna go with cursed one.
It's wrong. It's little angel. I should have went with little angel.
His name means little angel.
So that's a tie.
Yeah.
It is a tie. Fuck.
What are we gonna do for tiebreaker?
Oh my god, I don't even know. I wasn't prepared for this.
Staring contest.
I'm not gonna win that right now.
Rock paper scissors.
I mean, we can do rock paper scissors.
No.
Hold on.
You can flip a coin then too if you really wanted to. It's just
True.
Download a coin app.
I'm flabbergasted. I never expected. I can't do true or false because everything you know is going to be true because I'm fucking reading it.
Think of like a Dracula question just all together.
I don't know. I do. I really actually wish that this was called Dracula Year Zero. That would have been better.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that. You won't know that answer because you don't watch Game of Thrones.
I like how you're just trying to pick one out that I'm gonna know.
No, I'm not trying to pick one out that you know. I'm trying to pick one out that'll be fair.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it. I don't know. It's a tie. You both get a point. I don't know.
It's like a participation award.
Oh, calm down.
My nose itched. Still does.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Nah, it's fine.
No rock, paper, scissors?
No rock, paper, scissors. So, for the first time in the inception of Questions of the Damned, both men reign supreme.
There's a tie.
There's a tie, and I now know I have to be prepared for a tiebreaker, which typically wouldn't happen in a 5-question game.
Not necessarily, because we both got ones wrong.
Yeah, actually, I just said something very stupid.
No, but based on the plan.
Incompetence.
I didn't say that.
No, I am, because for the second week in a row, I have now fucking revealed.
Oh, there's that, yeah. You should.
And I'm like, I'm not going to put this in because it's too obvious. And then I
wouldn't have known if you didn't talk about it.
Well, yeah, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah, it is what it is.
My name is Dracula, son of the devil.
And now, I think we all know the answers to the next questions of would we or would we not recommend that you watch this movie? Don't watch it, okay? I'm flat out telling you, don't fucking do it. This is a no recommend. Daniel, are you in agreement?
If you even think about recommending it.
I'm going to recommend this movie.
Are you doing it just to be spiteful?
Of course he is.
No, be serious.
No, I think the listeners should watch it.
Why?
So they can decide on their own if it was worth the watch.
Well, in theory, the listener probably has already watched it if they're listening to us or ramble on and spoiling it.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they're that type of person that does not give a shit. They would like to know more about a movie before they go into it. And if you are said person, don't waste your
don't watch
life.
This.
It had some nice fight scenes in it. Kind of.
Go back and watch The Mummy from 1954. No.
45?
Not 32.
32.
Yeah, I was really off.
Yeah,
54 was the Creature.
Mm.
But yeah, don't do it.
I think. What?
What?
Dan was supposed to say something.
I was gonna say
God.
your turn.
No, I'm not recommending this movie. I wouldn't recommend this movie to my greatest enemy.
I mean, that's extreme. I probably
That's
would tell
really
someone
extreme.
I didn't like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would tell someone I didn't like. I'd be like, "Oh, you probably dig it," and just to waste their time.
They're never getting that 90 minutes back.
Nope. It's just like it had, like I said,
like bits and pieces actually reminded me of like 300 with like the music and like they're preparing for battle.
I am Dracula, and just kicks someone right in the fucking chest.
Just turns into a bat and pushes them.
Oh my god. I mean, I will agree. There were some parts that were good. I thought the first maybe half hour of it was decent enough that I had like positive thoughts, and then it just nosedived because they did not cohesively explain things. They rushed into him being this like fucking morphing bat boy, and then, you know, all this other bullshit that just, it didn't make sense. And then I didn't like how they took the story and ran with it, and they had every right to do what they did. You know, it's their choice, and kudos to all the people who put all the effort into it. But as a personal preference, I would never watch this movie as long as I live. I'm so happy it got so many millions of dollars, and I'm not a millionaire.
Mm-hmm. We
makes
fucked
me
up.
feel like, yeah, it makes me feel like I could write the biggest hunk of shit, and Hollywood would just throw money at me.
Yeah.
Well, people can throw money at me now if they want to continue to entertain them on this Monster Madness podcast.
Thanks for putting that in there at the end.
Yeah, well, yeah, not just for, I mean, for shits and giggles too. I'll give you my Venmo.
Jesus Christ. I think that's going to do it for this week's Monster Madness podcast. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
Yes.
Is there anywhere else?
We are on Patreon.
Patreon, yes.
Which is where you can throw huge lump sums of money at us if you'd like.
Mm-hmm.
For a couple bucks a month, you can watch the videos of us struggling to get through episodes and all the other stuff that I cut out. We also, we have Twitter, Facebook. You can go over to iTunes, rate and review the show. That would be a really big help. If you find any type of enjoyment out of this, please head over there, give us a 5-star, tell us how you feel. You can also email us at monstermadnesspod@gmail.com. If you have episodes or season suggestions, or if you just want to drop us a line, please do. We are always happy to hear from everybody.
Also shirts.
Oh, yes, we do have TeePublic. I'm glad someone's paying attention to what we have.
I'm cataloging in my brain what we missed.
I know. Yes, teepublic.com. All the links will be posted in the show notes, so I don't have to give you some random link for you to try to remember.
Just say it real slow.
Yeah, it's like teepublic.com/XZW_12, because I don't think it has like...
Check out our merch.
Yeah. You can check out our merch.
Shirts, we have tank tops, we have coffee cups, we have stickers.
We have everything that you want and more.
Everything that's on the website that offers stuff for merch.
We don't have a website yet, but maybe.
Through TeePublic.
Oh yeah, through TeePublic, yeah.
Awesome.
But maybe if we get a couple more Patreons, we can have a website.
We'll get in there.
Moving on up.
I'm not even going to try and close this out anymore. You two have taken over. Have at it.
I mean, I feel like when a movie is this bad, it should be a group effort.
Well, that's fine. I'm not mad at all.
I know you're not mad.
Because it was really hard to keep track. Because I would talk about something and I'd be like, oh yeah, and then this happened. And
yeah, because it was a very aimless movie. Mm-hmm. It had a point, but it wasn't executed well.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, you can find us on all those platforms. Please say hi. I'm Erica. Thanks for listening.
And I'm Dan. Thanks for listening.
I'm not going to say my name, but thank you for listening.
That was Matt Stein.
Damn.
Matt Stein, that was his name.
Damn.
Matt Stein.
Sometimes the world no longer needs a hero. Sometimes what it needs is a monster.
What does it mean to be all in? It means you're confident you're doing the right thing. You commit to it. For Dominion Energy, we're all in on helping the environment. We're all in on clean energy, all in on solar, all in on building the nation's largest offshore wind farm. We're even capturing the methane from local farms to create renewable natural gas. We're not doing it because it's the easy thing to do, but because it's the right thing to do. For your family and friends, your neighbors and your community, for the future, for our planet. Dominion Energy. Actions speak louder.